Hari Om Tat Sat. An ideal karma Gnana Yogi by Sri Swami Sivanandaji Maharaj. A sadhu went to the court of Raja Janaka and observed all his manifold activities. He then thought within himself, how can we call Raja Janaka a Gnani? How can we take him for a spiritual man? He is only a worldly man. He is entrapped in so many worldly matters. He talks on worldly topics. Raja Janaka, through his Divya Drishti or eye of intuition, understood the mentality of the sadhu. Calling the sadhu to his side, Janaka said, "You seem to be a culprit. You are unfit to wear the garb of a saint. You are not thinking of God. The nature of a fault finding is deeply ingrained in you. I have decided to give you capital punishment. You will be hanged within a week." The king ordered his servant to give the sadhu vegetables without salt, sweetmeats with chilies, and delicious kheer and almonds and raisins with tamarind daily. The sadhu was terribly alarmed. He spent sleepless nights. He became very nervous. He always thought of the gallows. He dreamed daily that his neck was being tied with a rope. He became very thin and pale. Raja Janaka sent his servant to call the sadhu on the seventh day for execution. The sadhu was unable to stand before the king. He trembled and fell on the ground senseless. He came back to consciousness after 10 minutes when Janaka ordered him some fruits and a cup of a milk with salt. The sadhu drank it, but his mind was on the gallows. The sage king then said, "Look here, O sadhu, how do you like the taste of the milk now? Was it good? Did the milk contain sufficient sugar? How did you release the food these 7 days?" The sadhu replied, "O Rajan, I did not feel any taste in the food or in the milk that you ordered me just now. My mind is only on the gallows all the time. I see only gallows everywhere. I have become a prey to the thought of the gallows. I did not know whether the vegetables or a soup contained salt or sugar." Raja Janaka said, "O Sadhu, just as your mind is always on the gallows, so also my mind is always fixed on Brahman. Through my intense practice of Nididhyasan, though I engage myself in various sorts of worldly activities, though I am in this world, I am out of the world always. Do you understand my mental state? In future, do not look to the faults of others. Mind your own business always. Look to the good point of others. Glorify others. Do intense meditation. Realize, work for the world unattached like myself. Now you can go." The sadhu was very much pleased with the king. He now realized his folly and true glory of King Janaka. He understood fully that Janaka was a wonderful Brahma Nista and had perfect balance of the mind amidst multifarious activities. He prostrated before him again and again and took leave. Then he did intense sadhana, realized the self and followed the example of Raja Janaka in doing service to the world. Raja Janaka was a full-blown gnani. Though he worked in the world, his gnana was tasted. He was in the Darbar hall when a messenger brought the news that there was a fire in the city. Janaka said, "My wealth is unlimited, and yet I have nothing. Even if whole of the Mithila is burnt, yet nothing is lost to me." The name of Raja Janaka is always associated with Karma Yoga and Karma Nishta. In the Gita also, Lord Sri Krishna speaks to Arjuna. Janaka and other indeed attained perfection by action. Then, having an eye to the welfare of the world also, thou shouldn't perform action. Whatever a great man does, that other men also do. The standard is set up by that the people go. Therefore, without attachment, constantly perform action which is duty. For by performing action without attachment, man verily reach the supreme. It is very difficult to find out the state of the Gnani by his external actions. Gnana is purely a mental state. It is an internal condition. A Gnani only can understand another Gnani. Atma Gnana is imperishable and inexhaustible wealth. The wealth of the three world is nothing. I say nothing when compared to the priceless treasure of Atman. That is the reason why Janaka was not at all affected by the destruction of the city of Mithila. He stood adamantine on the rock of Atma Gnana. That is a put message. Hari Om.